How does our shadow spiral out of control? This is Hawk from Help Hawk Healing. So our shadow is any part of us that we don't want. And that is whether it's a good part or a bad part. So how does it spiral out of control? Well, think about it this way. You want to go up on stage and sing that song karaoke. I'm not that good a singer. Or you want to play piano and you've taken lessons, but you don't want to play in the recital. Or maybe it's that part of you you don't want to admit exists because you want to beat your brother up. Or you want to smack your sister. How do they spiral out of control? Well, those feelings sit there and they keep going and going and going. We keep shoving them down. No. Who am I to be that bright star? Oh, I'm certainly not that person. Eventually, just like a pot, it comes boiling up over the top. Then what are we going to do? Well, maybe we punched our brother or our sister. Or maybe we got a little drunk, decided we were going to tell the shadow okay. We got up and made a true fool out of ourselves in front of everybody. These things hide within us. Secrecy. Our beliefs are things that we hide. What if anybody found out about it? Well, what if anybody found out about this? Or what if anybody found out about that? What if anybody found out that, hey, you know what? Because of things that happened to me when I was young, I happen to notice young girls. I don't pay attention to them, but I do notice them. Okay. I realize that's a thing within me that's in my shadow, and so I pay attention to that. Oh, okay. I'm looking over here now. What else can drive us? What other things can drive our shadow? Well, the guilt and shame that we feel for having those thoughts or those feelings, or for noticing that type of person, or for wanting to hit that person. Shame on you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Shame on you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's what we're taught about it, isn't it? You shouldn't have those kind of feelings. All feelings are valid. All feelings are valid. Even the ones we don't really like, the anger, shame, blame, guilt, fear, hatred, all that stuff, they're valid. That's part of the human experience. Why can't it be valid? Why can't we allow those things to be there? Why can't we even admit they exist? So then we blame ourselves and we blame others. Oh, you're causing this in me. You're causing me to feel this way. Unless I actually reach out and touch you, I can't make you feel anything. Your emotions are your decision. So when we blame others, where is it in ourselves? Think about that one. Where is it in yourself? Something that you're blaming others for. Something that you notice others that you don't like. Where is it in you? That's not the easiest thing to do. It's simple. But taking a long, hard look at yourself, whether it's in the mirror or in the metaphorical mirror, where is that in me? Nobody wants to admit some of those things. And the ones that do you want to be around those people? I'll admit it. I have it within me to cut someone's throat. But it would be under very specific circumstance. It wouldn't be just random. And if you don't have it in you to be able to defend yourself to that point, I would suggest not going out in public these days. So then we project. That creates a scapegoat. They're the reason. They're the reason. You're the reason. You're the reason. You're the reason. The immigrants, the corporations, the enemy, the people who's trying to take this or that to the other. Them. They're scapegoats. You may never even see the metaphorical them, but you know they exist and you blame them anyway. Why? Are they the reason you're deciding to feel unhappy? Are they truly the reason you're deciding to feel unhappy, or is it just a feeling you've carried with you for so long, you've forgotten the reason for it, and now then you're blaming them? When originally it was the big ones. not acknowledging you or not teaching you how to acknowledge your own self properly. Now what? And this creates separation. Us and them. Me and you. Me and you. You're separate from me. You're not me. And since you are not me, you're not good. Or you're not as good as me. That does cause you to think things through differently. When you start seeing how much we separate ourselves. When we're all the same in the eyes of the Maker, everything is the same in the eyes of the Maker. It's all the Maker's made in us. So, these things begin to struggle within us. And it causes discomfort. And then it causes us to be uneasy and diseased. And so we begin to scapegoat more. Scapegoat more, scapegoat more, and scapegoat more. So what do we do? Well, for now, I thank you for subscribing so that we can go ahead and learn some more together. And also check out the link down on the box below so that you can find some interesting information. Well, one thing we can do to defeat our shadow is just simply accept it. It's there. So how are you going to defeat something that exists within you? You may not want to admit it's there, but it is there, and you know it's there. The good part of you that you're afraid of, oh, what would they think? And the bad part of you, oh, what would they think? This creates a struggle. So, you could say, well, Hawk, I've been working on these affirmations and they're just not working. I mean, they're not fixing anything. But as far as affirmations go, they are going to take time because the mind learns by repetition. How many times do you have to repeat? How many times do you have to do the exercises before your arms look the way you want them to? And you can't go, oh, I did one, it don't look that way. Oh, I did two, it didn't look that way. It may take thousands. My favorite one is, I love myself, I am enough, I am free. I do that several times a day. Have been for a while. It's a wonderful little thing. And just now have people started saying, man, when you say that word free, I hear it. I love myself. I am enough. I am free. People say, wow, I feel it. I'm going to tell you this now. Only affirm what you truly want to happen. Never, ever, ever affirm something negative about yourself. This self-effacement thing that we have going on. Oh, well, I don't want to appear too big for my britches. The only way to appear too big for your britches is to have britches that are too small for you or to be overweight. If you are being confident as opposed to arrogant, there's nothing wrong with appearing confident. And in fact, people respect confidence a lot more, true authentic confidence a lot more than, oh, I'm not good at that. And if you truly aren't good at that, oh, I'm not good at that yet. The key of possibility that opens the door to probability is the word yet. I'm not good at that yet. I haven't figured that out yet. My memory isn't that great yet. Be specific in your wording. I can't tell you how much this means, because your subconscious mind interacting with the quantum field is going to do exactly what you tell it to do, just like a computer. Gotta go, garbage in, garbage out. Well, you put the program in and it says this, and in your conscious mind it means this, but the subconscious says, no, it means this. Be very, very specific about how you word what you want to be and who you want to become. Accepting your shadow is an important thing. And you can do it through affirmations. You can do it through hypnosis. You can do it through neuro-linguistic programming. You can do it through cognitive behavioral therapy. You can do all these different techniques. Meditation will help you to accept who you are in your fullness and to release it into the world in a very healthy and creative way. However, you must be very specific in the wording of who you want to become. very, very specific. Because if you can think it up, it's probably going to happen. Accepting and loving all the parts of yourself is incredibly important. When you look at your child, you accept and love every part of that child, even when they're throwing a tantrum. You still love that child. You still accept that child. You don't just pick up that child and throw it through a window. Well, stop doing that with the parts of yourself. And I know, believe me, there are parts of me I don't want, but I'm working to accept them because they are a part of me. And that's not so easy to do, especially with who I've been in the past. Just with things I've thought, much less things I've done. And realizing there are no wrong emotions, only ones that we don't like. And speaking of liking, press that like button down there. Thank you so much for doing so. Helps the algorithm and we can keep learning together. But as far as emotions go, the ones we don't like, we'll feel those to the fullest and let them go quicker. You want happiness to be unending. You want anger to be gone in a minute. Well, then feel that anger to as much as you can without exploding on other people, till as much as you can, so that it goes away quicker. So, think about this one. I love myself. I am enough. I am free. And pull those chains, those heavy emotional chains of your traumatic past, straight out of the heart and shatter them. I am enough. I love myself. I am free. That's one of the most important statements you can do. I can't stress enough. Just I am enough by itself. Now, narcissism requires external validation. When you're internally validating yourself, the narcissist has no control. As long as you don't give in to their situation, they have no control. Breathe. When you get caught up in a spiral, go. Sometimes it's not so easy to do. Sometimes the timing is bad. I get that. There can be all kinds of special circumstances, but you can still breathe. Even this, if controlled, and you know you're controlling the in and out breath, can still keep you calm. One thing you can do is change your location. Get up and go outside. Get up and go outside. That one's simple. Get up and go in the other room. Walk from one end of the house to the other and back. Get up and do jumping jacks. Do something different. Shake your body, shake your body. Dance a little bit. Have some fun. One thing you can do, too, is enforce your boundaries as kindly as possible. Hey, I'm not going to discuss that with you. No, I'm not discussing that with you. That's not a topic I discuss with anyone, and I'm certainly not discussing it with you. Thank you for respecting my boundary, and you just keep saying it over and over again until they back off. And if they don't back off, turn around and leave. And if it's your shadow coming at you in the middle of the night, say, hey, shadow, I get it. You're not liking this situation. I get it. But we're not going to discuss this right now. So, watch this video. Watch this video. Have a wonderful and blessed life. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you most of all for healing.